Hello, my 8th period. How you doing today? Alright, I'm not here right now, so I figure I'll give you the notes for this section. You'll practice, and it'll be like you didn't even miss me that much, okay? So, here are the steps you're gonna write down. I'm gonna give you a minute and a half to write these down, and then I'll start going through the notes with these, okay? So, you have a minute and a half to get this down. All right, so you might still be writing, and that's okay because I'm going to stay on this for about 30 more seconds. So our first step is to distribute. Distributing is when you have a number outside of the parentheses, it means you multiply it by everything on the inside. So you would distribute this 3, you multiply it by x. 3 times x, if you have 3 x's, that's 3x. Plus, we gotta do 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. So that would be the first step to look for. If you have parentheses with a number out in front of it, you distribute that in. Then you're gonna simplify your like terms. So like terms are like 7x plus 4x. They're both x's, so you can combine those together. Or if you had negative 11 and plus 10. These are both just regular numbers. So 7x plus 4x, 7 plus 4 is 11. And then negative 11 plus 10, if you owe your grandma $11 and you got a $10 bill, you're short. Look out for grandma, she'll get you. You're short $1. So you got 11x minus 1. And then we do our normal two-step stuff. You undo the addition and subtraction, you undo the multiplication and division. Cool? Okay, here we go. Oh, Jake and Suki. You know my pals Jake and Suki. They collect model airplanes. Suki has 4 fewer than, so start putting in some thinkers here. Fewer than, what operation goes with that? Oh, that's right, minus. And then twice as many. So if I said twice 20, what would you do with the 2 and the 20? Would you add them together, subtract them, multiply them, divide them? Yeah, twice means 2 times something. So we've got to have a minus in there, we've got to have 2 times something. Twice as many model airplanes as Jake. Together, they have 14 models. Solve the equation m plus 2m minus 4 equals 14. Find the number of models each person has. So that's nice, they set it up for us. But let's think of how they got stuff. This m, that's my man Jake. And then this 2m, remember that's like the twice as many. And then you've got the minus 4, so 4 fewer than that. So twice as much, but 4 fewer than that, so minus 4. Done, son. Here we go. We gotta solve that equation. M plus 2m minus 4 equals 14. Am I in an empty classroom right now? Yeah, I am. Do I look crazy to every kid that's walking through the hallways right now? Probably not. Is there anything to distribute? Do you see any sets of parentheses? No, that's correct. So we go to the next step, combine our like terms. Looking at the left side, look for some like terms. That has an M. This has some M's. Those are probably some like terms. If you have M or one M, if I give you an M and then someone else gives you two M's, how many M's do you have altogether? 3. So we have 3M minus 4 equals 14. It's already looking a lot better. Now we're already on step 3, which is undo addition and subtraction. I see minus 4. So if we're trying to get rid of minus 4, what would we do? Good call. We're going to add 4 to both sides. These go away. 3M equals 18. Nice. Now, 3M, those are next to each other. What does it mean when things are next to each other? Multiplication. So how do we undo that? The opposite operation, division. So we divide both sides by 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Now, it doesn't say find M, right? We did that. The question goes beyond that. It says figure out how much each person had. So Jake was M. So Jake has 6. Now, as far as Suki, haha, you know Suki, it says she had 4 fewer than twice as many. So if we were to put an equation with that, twice as many, 2 times 6 would be 12, but she had 4 fewer than that. So she had to subtract the 4 still. 12 minus 4, 8. So Suki had 8. Suki, 8. Jake, 6. You guys probably already knew that about Suki and Jake. Now make sure that makes sense. Altogether they had 14. 6 and 8, does that give us 14? You bet your face. So, how about let's try another one? One basketball team defeated another by 13 points. The total number of points scored by both teams was 171. Solve the equation P plus P minus 13 equals 171 to figure out how much each team had. So, P is the winning team. The losing team lost by 13, so that's the P minus 13 part. Altogether, there were 171 points. Is there anything to distribute? Like terms, you bet it. So, there's P here, there's P here. So, if we do 1P plus 1P, that gives us 2P, or not 2P, that is the question. 2P minus 13 equals 171. Okay, and we check. Oh, minus 13, what'd you say to do? Add 13, good call. 2P, those cancel out. 171 plus 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. 17 plus 1 is 18, so we got 184. Now I gotta undo that 2. It's multiplied right now, so we divide. How many 2's go into 18? 9. How many 2's go into 4? 2. So P is 92. And we're talking points here. Now remember, P was the winning team. So the winners had 92 points. The losers had 13 points less than that. So losers is 92 minus 13. Let's see, 82 minus 3 is 79. So they had 79 points. Winners, 92. Let me squeeze in my points. Losers had 79 points. Pretty challenging, but let's try out some nastier ones. Oh my goodness, consecutive integers. These are numbers that are just in a row. Sorry, I was checking the time. I don't know how much time I got left. Numbers in a row, like 8, 9, 10, or 13, 14, 15. So there's a fancy way that you can set up these equations, but I'm going to show you the redneck way, the Mr. Plant way. The sum of three consecutive integers, three numbers in a row, is 96. We have to find those three numbers. Here's the way the book would love to show you, and this is great. Our first unknown number, we don't know it, let's call it x. Let's move the screen way up so that I can erase that and start all over. Whoop. X, first unknown number. Now, if I was thinking of 7, 8, and 9, and the first number was 7, if I'm talking about 8, that's one higher than that. So I could say that it was the original number plus 1. Now the next one, again, thinking of 7, 8, and 9, the original number 7, and now 2 higher than that, 9, you would say is our unknown number plus 2. So this could represent our three numbers here. Now if we add this up, 1x plus 1x plus 1x is 3x. 1 plus 2 is 3. And it said we want all these numbers to have a sum to add up to 96. Let me scooch this down a little bit. There's nothing to distribute, there are no like terms. Now I get rid of plus 3 by doing what? That's right, minus 3. 3x equals 93. How do we get rid of the 3? Absolutely, divide it. So it gives us x equals 31. Great! So our first number is 31. Cool? Now this one is 31 plus 1, 32. And this one is our original number, 31 plus 2, 33. Now those are our three numbers in a row, 31, 32, 33. They do add up to 96 if you add them up. But that's a lot of work when you really don't need to do that much work. We're looking for three numbers, right? So if I'm looking for three consecutive integers that give us 96, check this out. If I divide it by 3, I get 32. That'll give us our middle number. And then you just bump down, bump up. One lower than 32 is 31. One higher than 32 is 33. How much easier was that, right? Not bad? All right, check this out. Now we got 4. We're gonna do it the hillbilly way here. 4 consecutive integers with a sum of 358. Now we're looking for 4 numbers. Now remember what I just said about that one with 3. It'll give us the middle number. But in the middle of these would fall right here. Let's check this out. If we divide 358 by 4, let's see, 358 divided by 4, 4 goes into 35 8 times, 32, 3, 8, goes into 38, 9 times, 36, 2, so we'd have 2/4 left, or 1/2. So 89.5, or 89.5. Let's use our brains a little bit. If you know 89.5 is right in the middle, then we can just bump this down to 89. And how about this one? 90. So we got 90, 89, 88 over here, 88, 89, 90, 91. Those would be our 4 numbers. Most of the time they have you finding 3, so it'll give you that middle number. But if you're splitting the difference, just bump either way. Cool? And if you do add those up, you do get 358. All right, check this one out down here. Whoa! For consecutive even integers like 10, 12, 14, they're gonna say you can call the first one n, then the next one is n plus 2 and n plus 4. But we can do our same little trick. We are looking for 2 consecutive integers that give us 66. I'm looking for 2 numbers. If I just divide 66 by 2, it'll give us 33. We're looking for even numbers. So if we just bump 33 down, the next even number is 32. The one above it is 34. If we add those up, 32, 34, it does give us 66. So that'll find the middle for us. All right. this stuff. Now this is where we get the distribution in there. We've got parentheses. I got about 4 minutes left before the bell rings and I get to see you sweetie pies at Mass. So if you look at B here, you have a number outside the parentheses. We're going to distribute that or multiply it in. So I'm doing -3 times this stuff. -3 times 4y, positive times a negative, works out to be a negative. So it'd be -12y. -3 times +2 gives you -6. Bring down the other stuff. There we go. Step 1 done. Step 2 is combine your like terms on the same side. So my like terms over here, I have -12y and +1y. You owe grandma $12. You have $1. You're short how much? $11. So we have -11y minus 6 equals 38. Cool? And then it's a two-step equation at this point. So how do we get rid of -6? We add 6 to both sides. Those cancel out. We got a -11y. 38 plus 6 is 44. Last step. This is multiplication. They're next to each other. So to cancel that out, we can divide both sides. Positive divided by negative gives us a negative, which comes out to -4. That was crazy, and that's about as crazy as this is gonna get. This person over here, this lovely human, is gonna pass out a sheet right now. You're gonna be able to work on it in groups, but we're gonna do one of those problems together. So this sheet is probably coming around right now. If you don't have it yet, we can pause it here or whatever. But I'm gonna go to the last problem on the sheet. Nah, that's too easy. Go to number 15 on your sheet. It's on the back side. There is something to distribute here. We've got to distribute the 4. So we have +4 times 2m gives us 8m. +4 times -3 gives us -12. We got to bring down the other stuff. All right, so like terms. M plus 8m, they're both m's. M is 1m. 1m plus 8 more m's would give us 9 m's. Minus 12 equals -3. Done, son. Now, minus 12, how do we get rid of minus 12? Add 12. These cancel out. 9m equals, you owe grandma $3. You have $12 in your pocket. What? So you pay her your 3 and you still got $9 left. But that's 9m. We don't want 9m's, we just want 1. So how do we get rid of the 9? Divide it. 9 divided by 9, 1. There you go. So you are going to get in your groups. The groups will be up on the board, and you are going to knock out as much as you can. Toss it in the bin before you leave. Be good. Come on. Hey, especially you. You. Be good. All right, see you tomorrow.